search of brighter days. I write through the maze of the madness. Struggle is my address where pain and crack lives. Gunshots coming from sounds of blackness. Given this game with no time to practice. Born on the blacklist. Told I'm below average. A life with no cabbage. That's no money if you from where I'm from. Funny, I just want some of your son. Dark clouds seem to follow me. Alcohol that my pop swallowed bottle me. No apology, I walk with a boulder on my shoulder. It's a cold war, I'm a colder soldier. Hold the same fight that made Martin Luther the king. I ain't using it for the right thing. In between lean and the fiends, hustle and the schemes, I put together pieces of a dream. I still have one.
Dreams. I have one, but I can't process it. Not anymore. Not since what happened. I'm 7 years old, and I had to watch him do it. He just got it and knocked it out, kicking and punching, harder and more aggressive every time. She was gone. He knew it. I knew it. Then he stopped. And he shouted. No, he screamed, in fact. And then he pulled out a knife. And he stuck it in her side. And then it is. They were gone. I was 7. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So I realised I had to call the police. Help! Please help! Me dad! He's gone crazy! He's done something to me, Mum! The police came. And I got took away. And I was put into social care. And life was rubbish. But you know what? I lived with it. And then I turned 16, and I took what little belongings I had left. Then I got involved with the wrong crowd. It messed me up. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And now social services, well, they forced me to get back into education. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Teacher just asked us to write or draw a picture describing our neighbourhood. Can't believe she's allowed me to draw. I wonder if she knows how much I hate writing. Hate my neighbourhood, trying to fight gangsters and drug dealers. There are too many opportunities that seem out of my reach. What goals do I aim for? I don't aim, I don't have any goals. Instead, I deal with what comes. Raising up half the neighbourhood, left to adapt to what's going on around me. During the day, racial tension during the streets. At night, gunshots are heard from drive-by shootings, and 24 hours a day, the gangs of drug dealers try to hold down their territory. I can never get involved because if I do, I'll either become part of the problem, or I'll become the next victim in this undeclared war. I got into spray painting because hanging around with the gangsters and just messing about was not my thing. I went to school, but I never really hit the books. Because my teachers always said, I'm here to help. But when the time came to start helping, they were never dependable. So what I do in school is what I do on the streets. Every day, I bring my markers and cans, I ditch classes, hide the staff, and go to the bathroom to just write all over the floors. Who's bothered if I get caught? My mum won't do anything, and my dad's always too tired to give me a lecture. I'm an artist, and I love what I do. When I was in year 5, I had this teacher who called me lazy in front of the whole class. She constantly picked on me to read in front of everyone. She knew I didn't know how to read or spell very well, and when I did, I had to do it very slow. Everyone would laugh at me and call me stupid. I hated school.
always encouraged me and supported me, and she let me know that I wasn't less than anybody else. But then one day, that all changed. My mum died. My mum was and still is my hero. She was the most beautiful, kind woman in the world. Never had a dad. Never seen a picture of him. Didn't even know his name, but that doesn't matter because I'd always had my mum there, just us two. So when my mum died, I went to live with my Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy was nice at first, but he'd be out for weeks at a time. I started to sag school often because I had no motivation. Just couldn't be bothered. What was the point? Nobody cared about how I did in school. I started to lose contact with my friends. I was drifting away from everyone slowly but surely, and by the end of the year, I had nothing. Nobody. I had no relatives, no friends, no teachers. Just me. Constantly alone with my thoughts. That was the scariest thing of all. The thoughts. Thoughts of fear, anxiety, depression, and mostly loneliness. After a few months, I finally pushed myself to go back into school because I knew that's what my mum would have wanted. When I got back to school, I sat a test which confirmed that I had dyslexia, which is a learning disorder, which means my brain sees things differently from the way other people's brains see them, and words are harder to read and spell. I knew my mum would want me to stay in school, so I got myself transferred to a school that dealt with dyslexic children like myself. I learned that I wasn't different. There were kids out there just like me. I learned a lot in that school. They taught me how to read and take notes on what I read. They taught me how to sound out long words and work out maths problems too. I was excited because I finally understood and I was able to learn.
Hard struggle, a lot of people never had the life. I grind every day so I can have a better life. R.I.P. fallen soldier, we're never giving up. We live to die, so I don't really give her. There's two paths she can take and one ain't great. Go jail, get paid, or end up in the grave. Every day's the same, cause the roads never change. The feds have got me pissed, can't even roll when I look, yeah, my life's got me stressed. I'm looking at my mum and she's hardly getting rest. She tried to raise me good and I know she tried her best. So I'ma stay strong and take you out of this mess. A lot of people take kindness for weakness. The road to beef, you gotta know how to deal with it. Deal when I write, I hope you feel me. I'm setting haters in this game when we see you wanna fail in this. This life that we live has got us always scheming. This life that we live has got us always scheming. Hard life, a lot of people's never had the feeling, so it's got us doing crime, robbing people to get the keys.
A couple of days ago, one of my friends was laid to rest. His funeral was just like any other. Family members were crying. Someone said, not enough of them. While his friends were swearing that they would get revenge. An eye for eye. Payback. That's the way it is. There were not a lot of people at the funeral, but the people that did show up were very proud of him. We're all going to miss him, but what could we have done to prevent his death? After he was lowered to the ground, our lives went on. His friends didn't speak about him anymore. It was as if he never existed. When his birthday comes, the present will no longer be given to him. Instead will be replaced by thousands who put in his grave. I remember the little friend there. After the last police car left, people from my neighbourhood were still standing against the yellow stick, staring at the trace of my jaw left on the floor. Nobody moved, but everyone was talking about the young boy that had been blasted. But they didn't know the whole story. They didn't know he'd really been blasted. In school, I didn't say anything to anyone, but everyone was talking about the young boy that had been shot down. What was his family going to do? What was I going to do? I've lost many friends in this undeclared war, a war that has been here for years. never end. To society, they're just another dead person on the street corner. But to the mothers, they're more than simple numbers. More lives cut, more cut flowers. Like the ones placed on the grave.
Tomorrow's the big day. I'm graduating from high school. I've proven to everyone that I graduate on time with everyone else in my class. Very few people believed I'd graduate, but I've proved to the non-believers that they were wrong. From the day I was born, I've lived with the hardships most people couldn't even bear. There, I weren't expected to survive past my first birthday. Took doctors 4 months before they diagnosed me with cystic fibrosis. Most CF patients succumb to death before the age of 30, but here I am 18 years later, knowing I graduate tomorrow. Just can't wait to see the look on my mum's face I walk down the aisle and receive my diploma. My mum's been the person who supported me every step of the way. The last few years have been truly tough on me and my family. Knowing that my health was deteriorating every day took its toll on my mum. Year 8 was the first time I'd struggled in school. I tried to keep up by going to school once a week to pick up work, and my mates always seemed concerned and wanted to help, but I continued to fall behind. So that left only one option. I was homeschooled. Thought that it'd help me and lessen the stress in my life, but it never. My teacher was very clever but very unreliable. So I became my own teacher for the next 2 years. One thing that was good was I was always welcomed at school, even though no longer had classes there. On the 10th of June 2010, I received my gift of life. A double lung transplant that I'd waited over 2 years for. I was so happy and so excited, and not nervous at all that it might be a failure. I've learned to deal with the fact that I might not make it through the transplant, but I knew deep down it would be a piece of cake, and I was right. In October of the same year, I returned to school with my doctor's permission. And the following year, I won the Most Inspiring Student Award. You know, given to those who've overcome great things and succeeded in life. I also received a scholarship for university as well. Once I finish telling you this, plan on trying my hat and gown on and walking down the aisle like I will be tomorrow.
I'm living a lie. I'm struggling with a deep secret. Being a closet drinker. I walk around with my water bottle, pretending to be better than what I am. Deep down inside me, it hurts because I can't bring myself to tell anyone about my problem. I do want to change, but I'm scared. I'm scared in case people won't like the sober me. Besides, I've been doing it for so long now anyway. It's just like a daily routine for me. Just like getting up in the morning, going to the bathroom and brushing your teeth. I can't keep on hiding the fact that I'm alcoholic. I'm hiding it from my mum, my teacher, or my whole family and all my mates. And I don't like lying to my mates about where I'm going when I'm just going for a slide drink. It's got to be hereditary because not only do I have this problem, Grandad, my dad and his mum, they've all got the problem as well. I know I need help, but I don't know how to get it. Let me tell you about my day. I woke up craving orange juice with a little hint of vodka. Guess what I did? As usual, I went to my secret stash and poured my favourite drink, vodka and orange juice. Then I started wondering, how am I going to ever achieve anything in life if I can't even start the day without alcohol? During PE, I almost drowned. My legs just gave out on me while I was in the pool, and I can't control myself when that happens. I can't do nothing about it. And everyone thought it was because I was tired, but I knew what it was. Obviously it was because I was drunk. Me drinking never really bothered me before we started reading all these books about people changing and wanting to make a difference. The story that sticks with me the most is how the Nazis deliberately hurt innocent people, like Anne Frank. And in my case, I'm the one who's hurt myself. I'm the one choosing to ride. Unfortunately, Anne Frank was never free. It makes me wonder around me.
Nowadays, I'm thinking about the path I took. Wasn't really good, I should have stayed in school and read a book. Terrorising teachers cause they never used to like me. Now I'm looking back at what I should have done right. Cause now I'm looking at my path and it ain't nice. Surrounded by killers, folks and straps and knives. But that's the type of life that can have you doing fine. Instead of picking up a pen, we're picking up a knife.
The important lesson I've learned is that people do change. Because I did. It started at the beginning of the year when I came back from my own little 3-week vacation. When my teacher asked me, why have you been absent so much? I didn't know what to say. Should I tell her I was sick? Or should I tell her I hate school and I was ditching? Ditching gave me power. When I ditched, I could do what I want, where I want, when I want, or how I want. Besides, when I was in school, nobody gave a crap about what I did. I told my teacher, when I'm in school, nobody cares, and I've got better things to do. When I told her this, I could see the pain in her eyes. What better things do you have to do, she said. This question was even hard from the first, because all I did do was go to my mate's pad and smoke. That's all I did when I ditched. Chill and smoke. I told her I had family problems, and that I had to stay home and help out. I lied, I couldn't tell her. She said, should I ring your house and talk to your parents? I immediately said no. If she talked to my parents, my mum would definitely think I'm a loser. She obviously thought I was going to school since the first day of class, and she would batter me if she knew I wasn't. Besides, since my teacher started caring about me so much in school, I started caring about myself. I hate to admit it, but I'm actually starting to like school now.
I was on the senior swimming team. I was to start university in the autumn, and I had a job as a lifeguard for the summer. Yet, I was gasping for air, waiting for the next tidal wave to push my head onto water again, only to let me for the next gasp of precious air. Not even 4 months after James and I started dating, I started feeling an increasing nausea, and I knew that, without a doubt, I was pregnant. When I went to the doctor, I kept hoping she proved me wrong, but she just confirms what I already knew. Where had we gone wrong? We've been careful to reduce contraception. I told him that I wouldn't consider adoption and that abortion was just out of the question. He said that he was willing to go along with what I wanted, but I was terrified. Terrified that he was too young to have a baby. I was right, of course, but what could I do? I'd have to take the risk, and hopefully he'd stick it out with me. I told my mum. She said that she guessed as much and warned me that my decision to have a baby would change my life forever. There was going to be things that I planned to do in the future that just wouldn't be possible now. My nan said, you know, you can't start university in the autumn and they won't let you be on the swimming team. At school, I told my swimming coach. She said that she couldn't let me compete. It was just far too dangerous for me and the baby. A giant wave of fear washed over me. I felt like I was drowning all over again. After a couple of days of feeling sorry for myself, I decided that I had no reason for fight for air and freedom. True, things weren't going to go as I planned, but did they ever? University would start in the summer, and I take spring classes. I might even find a job that's better paid than a lifeguard. As I began to breathe deep breaths, I started to see how blessed I actually was. I was leaving high school with straight A's, and I still had the support of my friends and family. No longer was I choked with fear. Instead, I breathed deep breaths and felt much more hopeful about my future.
Feels no chaos is stalking me. Silent tentacles into every part of my life. It's already taken over my home life. I hope it doesn't destroy my school life too. Every time I begin to get comfortable, someone comes to change the rules on me. The whole reason I came to this school in the first place was to escape the uncontrolled environment I was raised in. Well, phrasing's what you want to call it. My mother's parenting ability consisted of, I'll give you £10 and the keys to my car if you leave me alone this weekend. I wasn't even allowed to drive legally yet. It wasn't that she was a bad mother. She was just tired of playing a role as a mother, as she so bluntly told me one morning. How could she teach me to be responsible if she wasn't responsible herself? Maybe she had drinking. Maybe she had drugs. Maybe it was me. But all I know is that having complete and utter freedom gets old very fast. There'd be times when I wouldn't see my mother for days, even weeks. Yes, I always knew where she was, but that's just not the same as having a real parent there, is it? I miss the little things. There were no rules and no curfews, and if ever I'd ask when I had to be home, she'd reply, by Monday. Even if it was a Friday, I spent many nights alone. I had to bring myself up. All my life being me and my mum. And now it was just me. I began to make curfews for myself so that my friends wouldn't think that my mother cared. But inside, I knew she didn't care about me. I had to bring myself up. And it's hard. If it was easy, we wouldn't have parents, would we? But we do. Well, most of us do anyway. I became very depressed, escaping reality anywhere I could. There was one good thing that came out of it though. That was my new school. I began to settle in. And I made loads of new friends. I felt my teacher really cared about me. I know it's a safe place to go, and the huge hole inside me was being filled. I knew people cared.
So, I've started college, and it's good. But today my teacher made us do this a report about what we want to be in the future and that. And as soon as I got up there, I just started to go on and on about my dream of being a filmmaker. But then for some reason I added, but realistically, I want to be a... And then as soon as I said it, my teacher put it in straight away when she realised I was disregarding my dream. What do you mean realistically? Why can't you just go for your dream and follow for what you love? And then that's when it sunk in. I can do this. With the help of my teacher, I can achieve my dream.
writing graffiti all over walls, but now I'm studying art at Leeds College and I aspire to be an artist.
Hi, my name's Alex. I used to be a bit messed up at school, like when what happened to me mum and dad and that, but now I help me teach art and teach me like that.
Hi, I'm Tatum. I used to think I was stupid, but now I know I'm not, and I'm studying counselling at university.
My name's Nathan. I used to think that no one cared about me, but now I know that they do. Now I'm inspired to be a teacher, so I can help other people in my situation.
I'm Leah. I made one big mistake, but I'm still fighting for my dream to be a swimmer.
My name's James. I've lost many friends and I'm inspired to be a doctor and tell people about my friends.
Hi, I'm Molly. I had a lung transplant 2 years ago, and now I aspire to be a university graduate.
My name's Sapphire. My whole life used to be dependent on alcohol. I've now been clear for 2 years and I'm working towards being a social worker. My name's Titana. I used to never go to school or not, but now I aspire to be a dancer.